Boulder Creek, California. It's a really cool place in the Santa Cruz Mountains. We love it there. And a friend of mine gave me this hat. It's got this patch. It's what would you call that? Like machine embroidery, and it's really cool. So I actually brought you here to show you how far I'm gotten along with my weaving project. Now, this is the first time that I've made fabric on this loom, so I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit intimidated by the process. It's the first time I've ever used this kind of loom, which is called a table loom that has the shafts are controlled up. So I'm working my way through it. The point that I'm at right now is a point where we need to like add some new yarn because I worked through the first what we got here. So this would be like our first bobbin is what we call these are bobbins. And I've wound the type of yarn that I'm working with on the warp, which is, I mean the weft. See, I gotta correct myself. I'm saying this because I'm kind of learning as I'm going as well. So the yarn that's moving with the shuttles here, back and forth, is called the weft. So what we want to do is tuck this little tail in. That's like the cool point I wanted to show you here. So we just kind of like put it in through, you know, I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to totally show you what this is all about. But let's see, maybe I'll try. So like right here, you can see here, I just kind of tucked it in and I'm pulling it back and then I'm going to knock it down kind of like that. Just get it sort of bound in there. I'm doing my best with this camera operation. It is what it is. Working through the process, just really just sharing a vibe, you know, weaving is just a vibe. It's a very, I could really go on and on about the importance of learning how to weave. For me, what it's taught me to use my imagination a little bit more. And our imaginations are so important. And the thing that I get from weaving, and I guess this is the perfect time to tell you this, is that this isn't about me standing behind a camera, you know, at all. Not at all. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care. When I'm doing this, I don't care what anyone thinks. None of you. I'm trying not to think about it myself because my thoughts start to go wild because I have a loving imagination. I think of really creative ideas and solutions. But when I'm weaving, what's so fun about it is that it's like programming, I'm sure, uh, some type of software or some sort of technology, you know, on some kind of computer. I can imagine that it's like that because I'm not interested. Like I'd rather sit here and make fabric. Um, I'm not saying I don't like technology or video games, but this is about art right now. And when I make art, I just like to take a few steps back from it and look at it. And weaving is great for that because it just, again, it gets me in a very meditative state where I'm kind of actively working on just paying attention to a very simple pattern and motion. And that allows my head to clear. And I go through frustration when I lose track, but I try not to give myself too hard of a time. I am a perfectionist, so it's like I'll go back and do corrections and drive myself crazy to stay on point. But I think that's the important thing about using your imagination is staying on point. And that's why things like weaving kind of keep me rooted in reality because sometimes our minds are hectic and even, you know, a great mind needs rest and just a single point focus. And for me, this is that. So, like, honestly, I don't even really want to record the video much longer. It's a, it's a different kind of time, you know, for me, it's my time. So I appreciate you watching this, and let's see, I'll just show you kind of the way we roll from here. So that I would take my shuttle and I would load it up with my bobbin here. And I just want to thank you for being with me to watch this, you know. As I'm saying this, that this is kind of like solo time. I want to share with you this time now because I'm just telling you that I'm going to turn this camera off and I'm going to work on this myself. It's the only way I can. I cannot think about this camera while I'm doing this, but I will right now. because I know how to teach. I do it. So we take this and we're gonna go in from this. Let's see, it went in from that side, so I'm gonna take it in from this side because I just want this tail to be balanced on both ends. That's the kind of person I'm. Oh, I have to overthink every part of this, but that's why I choose the complicated patterns that take me a long time, kind of intimidate me to even get started. But whoa, it's gonna be cool. It is gonna be cool. So let's not overthink it or over talk it. I'm just gonna slide it through here. I'm going over the. I do these things here. They're, gosh, what is the word for this? It's like an extra strand of thread on the end that kind of holds the edges together, the selve edges. So I do these things called floating, I think floating selve edges. So my teacher's not watching. She'd be ashamed of me for not remembering all the things that we learned. She teaches it so well. Um, I have to talk to you more about my 5 hours school program because we're just getting into the swing of things over there. I definitely want to be able to share that with you. So we get to there and then we get to this point, and this is what we're calling the tabby. It's just like a thinner thread that threads things together. And if it's coming in from this way, it's just a plain weave, which means every other one of these are going to be clicked. So I get to show you for the first time how we click it. I don't know what they call it. I call it click it. I'm not into clicks, but I like these kind of clicks. Click, click. All right. So it goes like this. We're going to pull. We're going to do this. I have to breathe, man. This thing is like, ooh, you got to think. That's why I'm saying I can't have the camera here. But this is what we're doing. We're doing the school. This first one is like every other one. So it's not that hard. I start on the right and I go to the left and I go every other one from the first one because it's coming from the left to the right. You got to remember certain things. It's hard to explain. It really is. But then I'm going to take this tail end and I'm going to slide that one through like I did the last one. I have no clue how well this video is going to come out, but I'm going to put it up. And I'm trying to learn how to do better videos. That's why this doesn't seem great right now because I'm still learning. But for anyone watching, I appreciate you. And we're just having fun. I'm showing you something, you know. I'm just being weird over here, really. So let's see. We're going to go over the top of this floating selve edge because it's coming in from the left side. You get to like send that thing for a ride. And then kind of drop them down, whatever. You can do it either way, however you want to do it. You feel it out. I want it just to be pretty straight. I wish there was a better way I could control this thing and pull you over here. I'll do it after. As a matter of fact, that's it. I think I've sort of shown you basically the ways. So I'm going to see if we can't get a really better angle here. You can see just from the top, like the pattern's starting to sort of show. It's going to be much better soon. This is not a video about the pattern. It was just about just the start of my work in the process. That's the part that I'm hoping to share with you. And yeah, thanks for visiting today. I'm trying to make just generally more chill videos. That's what I'm thinking. You let me know what you think. I'm going with the imagination, and what I'd like to imagine is just cool things like making fabric. And this is hard for me to do this. This is a difficult craft. It takes a great deal of concentration. So I'm working on my concentration because I just have a vivid imagination. And I think together, if I can bring those things together, I think that then I'll be able to maybe call myself an artist or whatever, for real, for real. So have a wonderful day. I care about everyone that's watching my videos. I really do. And if you don't mind commenting, if you watch this far, just please give a thumbs up or comment because I don't know what's up with this. I feel like I would like to have a bigger audience, but I suppose things just grow according to their nature. And I'm working on sort of connecting with a different way of thinking based on our imagination and creative spirit. I came to this studying the art of peace, and that's still where I'm at. So on that note, make fabric for peace, dream for peace, imagine peace. Yup, that's the way. It's like that John Lennon song. Play it on the piano. I want to wish you a good day. Peace.